Hi, I'm David. Welcome to Mentoring Masterminds, where we combine the expert-level insights we've gained as a top-rated mentoring software provider with real-world best practices from mentoring program leaders at leading companies. In this video, we're going to cover 3 important signs that it's time to reassess and potentially adjust your mentoring program strategy. Ideally, your mentoring programs will be aligned with key performance indicators, or KPIs. Those KPIs are not only a sign of success, but when they're missed, they're highly instructive for what needs to change. There are many different KPIs that you may choose to target with mentoring programs. None are better or worse than others. It all depends on what your goal is for your program. That said, 3 of the most common KPIs our clients use to measure the success of their mentoring programs are program participation rates, employee retention rates, and participant satisfaction. Let's walk through why these KPIs matter for mentoring programs and why they're important warning signs that it's time to change your mentoring program strategy. Take a moment to like and subscribe for more great content like this. Low participation in your mentoring program can feel personal. After all, you've spent hours working on the program structure and internal marketing material to get people signed up. However, if you filled your roster with mentors and mentees, but nobody is showing up to the meetings, that's a big problem. There could be a number of reasons behind why this is. Maybe your organization hasn't quite socialized the value of mentoring. Maybe participants are poorly matched and don't feel comfortable or confident in their pairs. You could even be working against significant external factors, like an exceptionally busy sales cycle. Ideally, you'll start tracking participation rates at the start of your mentoring program cycle. Create a baseline for the participation rate you want or expect to achieve. The moment you see that participation rates are dipping below that, start analyzing why. From there, create an action plan that will get your low participation numbers up. When done well, mentoring programs are a key social learning engagement strategy for lowering turnover. MentorCliq's clients see an average of 50% increase in employee retention among mentoring program participants. We've also found that between 2020 and 2021, US Fortune 500 companies with mentoring programs saw a median gain of 1,000 employees, while those without mentoring programs had a median loss of over 7,000 employees. Mentoring ideally should lead to better retention rates, and it should help you attract more employees, especially if you're advertising your mentoring program visibly to applicants. What that means for your program's KPIs is that if you don't see any change at all in participation turnover rates, it's possible that something is wrong with your mentoring program strategy. Note that among your KPIs, turnover rates are usually a lagging indicator. You won't know whether your program is having an impact on retention until after your mentoring program cycle has ended. Typically, you may not see the results until months after the cycle. However, if you're several cycles into a program and still aren't seeing an impact, take a step back, take a few deep breaths to calm the increasing levels of stress, and then collaborate with your colleagues to identify why your program isn't getting the desired results. With the right tools in place, you should be able to start receiving participant feedback even on the first day of your program cycle. Quick surveys that go out on a pre-scheduled basis will accomplish that task for you. When that data starts rolling in, you can get insights into what's working well and what needs improvement. The benefit of this approach is that you can make program adjustments mid-cycle, depending on the issues that come up in the surveys. Or you can make adjustments following the end of a cycle and before the next cycle begins. Look for any negative feedback expressed in your feedback surveys, and importantly, respond to that feedback in a timely manner after determining whether the feedback is at the relationship level or the program structure level. Relationship level issues are often ones that you can address on an as-needed basis. The fix for those could be anything from reassigning a mentee to a new mentor or enrolling your mentors in training programs. Issues related to your mentoring program structure, however, may take more time and may need to wait until you've had time to create an action plan for the next cycle. The following video from one of the mentoring champions in our community is a perfect example of that. After listening to feedback, this company revised its approach and established a much stronger program as a result.
We received a lot of good feedbacks of the program, especially in these geographies that they don't have any mentoring program. So they were amazed about the quality of the matching that we could perform in the platform. They were something that helped us, I think, with the coronavirus situation was that all the partners were manage their relationships through virtual tools. And this was not a challenge because this is the way that we were working. So I think it was also nice. They love it to have the opportunity to be in touch with employees in other countries and with any difficulty to manage it. So I think it was a very good feedback also. And we also received a lot of feedbacks of improvement for the second edition. So the duration of the program. So we decided to extend, to be more flexible about the time of the program. So before it was just 6 months. And after all, we realized that some partners would like to extend the program. So now we have this kind of flexibility. And also some partners, some mentees realize that they need also some training opportunities, some training to be able to implement their project. So we connected our mentoring program with our training opportunities to provide the training in the moment that the mentee is in the program. So I think when we are listening our employees, we receive a lot of good feedbacks and we'll continue to do that. But also all the feedbacks about improvement opportunities, we need to take it. To be honest, I prefer the improvement ones because we can do something. So I think it's nice, especially because we were in a pilot program. So all these feedbacks of opportunities of improvement, we are trying to implement. But if we are talking about a pilot, the good feedback that we received, I think it was an amazing job because we received a lot of good feedbacks from the employees.
What KPIs are you using to measure the success of your mentoring programs? Let us know in the comments below. Running a mentoring program without data is dangerous enough by itself, but ignoring the warning signs that your data is telling you could be even worse. Look for trouble signs in your mentoring program data. Then make adjustments to your program as needed in a way that will impact the outcome for the better. We hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get updated mentoring practices like these.